Hey guys, it's Nick and Zoe with Chestnut Hills Farmstead. We're trying to kind of stay tucked behind the pines because it's a little windy today. We're thrown off our schedule because the last 2 days have been storms and rain, and I would kind of complain about it over losing the weekend, but we needed the rain so bad, I think I'll just keep my mouth shut. But we did have some things we were able to accomplish before the storms got here, so stick around. That wind's got Zoe a little chilled, so I got her back in the truck, and I'll just handle it from here. So Friday, before the storms got here, we had a beautiful start to the morning, nice temperatures, and we added something to the farm that really changed the game for us and changed a lot about how we were planning on doing things. So let's go there now.
Well, let's see what our special delivery is. Whew. Made it in one piece.
Made it.
Looks like a Cog County school bus to me.
First time I've ever pulled a school bus.
You're now officially a bus driver too. All right, let's get it in place. Hank, what does Daddy got? What you see, Hank? Well, I guess there's no reason to waste any time. Let's get this thing set up and then we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on.
What? Jackson, what the heck is that? So what we're going to do is pick it up with the jack. We'll pick it up as it starts to level. We'll put these jacks under the back.
Okay.
And then we'll get the jacks on the front and see where they got to go.
Okay. You want me to scream when it's on there?
It ain't going to be on there.
Okay. So get them placed under the I-frame thing. I-beam.
Yeah. I'm going to have something under this jack to pick it up anyway.
Alright, let's get the jacks on.
Is that high as it goes?
No, that's just. You can see about where you tap it.
Yeah, we probably had the jack on blocks or something.
Moment of truth. We did it!
It's sitting there for now.
Get off the tractor, you're being lazy.
Yeah, it needs some exercise, don't it?
Jack, why's he got his back to us?
I don't know who's ignoring you.
Are you ignoring me?
He said, I'm ignoring you.
He said, what is all this ruckus going on at the farm? Why y'all in my piece? What you think, buddy? Huh? Do you like it? You got a beautiful view for a little while? He said, I can't see the pasture. What's going on here? Can't take care of things if I can't see.
We got it just before the storms get here.
Just before the storms. Well, now we can talk about what we've been talking about without talking about it with everybody.
What we've been talking about without talking about it.
With everybody.
Oh.
You ready to elaborate some?
Sure. Let me get off the tractor and get some exercise.
Come on, we're going to stand up instead of sit down. You should have leveled it by hand.
Huh?
You should have just picked it up and leveled it without the tractor.
Probably. It has been an interesting morning.
It has.
So now we need to explain what the thought process is, because this helped make a definitive decision on something that we have kind of been going back and forth on. So you've seen us working on the coop behind the potager,
But it's been a little while.
It's been a little while. Zoe'd make some progress here and there, but we weren't really pushing it because it was still kind of up in the air. And we have a habit of that. Zoe gets an idea in her head and we're not in real agreement with it, and the further we go with it, the more it kind of starts to shift, and Zoe starts seeing it a different way. And I never did like that idea, but it was something Zoe wanted, so we were going with it. But as it got further along, I don't think Zoe liked the idea as much as she started to. As she started out, right? Is that right?
Yes. Well, it didn't sit right with me for some reason to have a chicken coop. I like the idea of being able to just go sit, because we want a seating area and all, to be able to be right there with my chickens.
But I don't want to have a sitting area where you smell chickens.
Well, right. But in my mind, it was going to be beautiful.
I didn't like the idea, but we went with it.
Right. And something just hadn't really sat right, so we haven't really made a whole lot of progress because it just didn't feel right, and we didn't know why.
So when it starts to not settle with Zoe, then we have to start looking at, okay, what's going on with it, because it was her original idea. Then we got the call. Hey, Jason and Brooke built a beautiful egg mobile that actually matches their house and their barn, and which looks 100 times better. And he said, would you be interested in the bus the Eggmobile, the Cog Hill bus. And I said, let me ask Zoe. Well, Zoe immediately said yes, because that clicked. She knew
That was
the
the
problem
answer
there.
that we've been waiting for.
That was it. So we've got it set up right now on the jack stands that Jason and Brooke were using. But we've got to build some steps to the back of it. Our chickens are still kind of small. They're going to be in that chicken tractor for a little while longer. But we'll build some steps in the next week or so. We'll get the steps built into it and give it a little more of a sturdy base with those jacks, which is basically just going to be me bringing some blocks out here the way they had it set up, because it's plenty sturdy once you set it up on the corners like Jason and Brooke had it. We set it up just to level it out, hold it while we could get the truck out from under it. So we'll bring some blocks out here, get it sturdied up under the corners. You know, when we first started the farm, we used the Premier One chicken netting. And over time, it got damaged. We took it down. We stopped using it. Goats got into it. It just made a mess out of it. So we'll get some more sections of that so that we can start raising the birds in this, have their area, pretty much the way that it's been used.
Yeah.
So those are a few steps we got to take before this is put into service, but that's within the next week or so. Now, let's go over there to the coop that we've been building and show you what the plan is for it now. And this one is definitive. We know this is where that's headed. No more changes. This is the idea we both like. We're both settled on it. It's the way we're going, and I love it. It's going to work out perfectly. The coop.
The forgotten coop.
It's not forgotten. We drive in every day and look, and just it don't settle right. We couldn't decide. We couldn't agree. We couldn't agree how we wanted to build it, the way things were going to go. It just, nothing ever sat right. And then when all this came up, the light went off. Something that we have talked about for a couple of years, and really, as we're building the farm and getting ready to move, we want to make sure that we get the major stuff right. You know, we've built pens and things like that came back down. A lot of it was never meant to be permanent. But some of the more permanent stuff, we want to make sure we get that right. And this was something that just never was sitting right with me from the beginning, and more recently with Zoe. We have the perfect solution. We are standing at the very end of the potager, and it will go back that way. Zoe's already got her raised beds in place. During this winter, we're going to be building the fence around it, getting the rock in here. I do have our dirt and mulch and all that good stuff. I do have a supplier for that finally. So we're going to be able to fill the beds. Everything is moving forward. Guys, we have spent so much time spinning our wheels, it feels like everything is falling into place now. And that's, some of you may not agree with this, but I firmly believe 100% that it's because we were patient. We tried things as we went, but we tried to be as patient as possible and just pray our way through it. I know that a lot of you guys have been praying for us to have a vision, for things to move forward. Well, now it feels like everything's falling into place, and it's finally time where we're making progress and not just spinning our wheels and just having the animals here, having the animals here, everything being trial and error. We're out of the trial and error phase. For some things. We have the potager connecting to the greenhouse. We have talked about a greenhouse for a couple of years now, and we're like, Zoe wanted to put it there on the front corner, and I didn't like that idea. I wanted to be able to transition from the garden into it, and this was the perfect opportunity. We've already got the structural posts up. That's going to be our little work table area.
We'll put some more around the edges.
Guys, we're going to have shelves on the inside. This is perfect. I've got this drawn up. The measurements worked out right. everything is just like it needs to be. We've already got some of the plastic panels. We're going to get some more. That's not a big deal. It is going to work out perfectly. And really, I want to thank you guys for that. Just being patient, y'all praying for us, and waiting to see what that vision looked like. I am so excited that this is not going to be a chicken coop.
And a lot of them are too, because they're like, that's gross.
Yeah, I don't want to sit in an area that close to chickens. This never made sense to me. Now this makes sense. This is the greenhouse, or will be. And it is not going to take that much to transition it, but I never could figure out how I was going to complete this coop. I didn't like the size of that coop being in the corner. Zoe didn't like that part. I didn't like how I was going to have to build the roof on it. Just none of it fit. Now it all makes sense. And I hope y'all are as excited about that as I am, because when we do this garden, going into the greenhouse, that works perfectly. I love it.
It's going to be good. It's a good change.
A good change. Finally, a good change where we're not working backwards.
That's right.
We're finally moving forward.
Start working on this. We're going to get the coop done. And then we'll start working back on this. We've got to get this, start getting ready for spring.
Spring's going to be here before we know it.
And all the house things.
The house things are going to continue, but these are the projects that are moving now. Mm-hmm. And not spinning wheels is just awesome. So for y'all that are kind of new, these are our raised beds, and initially it was set up this way to go ahead and move this direction with a seating area. These corners are coming all the way back. The seating area is going to be in the middle. But this is not set up. These raised beds were moved as we were working. They're just kind of placed here, sitting there. That's not where they're going to be.
Well, that was the original plan.
Well, they're not straight anymore.
Right. The wind and all has affected them.
You did have them straight at one time. But that was kind of the arrangement to start with. But we're going to expand it. Those corner beds are going at each corner, and our sitting area is going to be in the middle. And we've got room to expand more beds as we go. They'll be kind of spaced out right now, which is fine. But by this spring, we will probably add a few more already. But either way, if you haven't seen this before, this is kind of the way it was set up. It's under construction.
I'm going to kind of pan so they can kind of see how much room we actually still have.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
It comes way back. So there is actually enough room for almost that many beds on this back side where you are.
Yeah. But,
so we're just going to spread them out a lot more, have more work area.
And then we'll see where we fill in with different other beds.
Right, we can
Get
grow.
more of every bed out there can be ordered by itself.
Right.
Now, we probably won't add any more corner beds, but we can put some rectangles down the side.
And they have some other shaped ones as well.
But this is going to be it. It's going to have a wooden fence around it with the fence wire, just to keep the dogs out, keep everything
predators,
out.
Deer.
Yeah. So I really am excited about this finally. None of this ever excited me because I wasn't crazy about the way it was set up. I am now. I really like the way this has panned out. Now, rain's moving in. We got some storms coming today, so we need to get everybody taken care of and get out of the weather. The rain is starting now, so we've got the cows, some hay. Jack and them are just kind of grazing, doing what they do. So we'll come back this afternoon when we have a break in the storms, get everybody fed, and I don't know what we'll be doing then. We are super excited about that addition to the farm. And guys, if I could ask you for a favor, most of you, if not all, are going to be on that channel anyway. Go over a video just last week on Mrs. Coghill. She talked about that school bus coop leaving. Y'all go over, make sure it's on Mrs. Coghill, and give a huge thank you from Chestnut Hills Farmstead for giving us that. It was time for it to move on from their farm, but we're going to put it to good use. Now, let's address the changes we talked about. Now, I know some of you are thinking, boy, they changed their mind a lot. Well, yeah, on some things, Zoe tends to change her mind a little, but it's just evolving. Our problem is that we tell y'all ahead of time what we're thinking about doing, and then we'll tell you the next time we think of something else. So, a lot of this, we haven't really taken any action. Now, on the coop, we did, and as I've already said, we weren't satisfied with it, and this was the perfect solution for that. And we get to move forward with something else. Super excited about that. But we tend to share with y'all as we're thinking through the process, instead of just once we're settled on it and we say, here, this is what we're doing. We kind of share it with y'all as we're talking about it, as we're looking at things, as we're planning. And that may seem like a lot of things change a lot, and it's really not as bad as it sounds. Gosh, that wind is terrible. May have to get back in the truck to finish this. The wind is horrible. There, I got back in the truck because Zoe was already chilled a little bit, but then the wind just would not stop where I could talk, and I knew y'all weren't gonna be able to hear me. So we talked about the things that we're gonna do differently now. I hope that y'all are as excited about that as we are, because that is gonna be huge steps forward. But we took another huge step forward yesterday. I told you, storms rolled in. It rained absolutely all day yesterday. It started about lunchtime Friday, and all day Saturday, it just rained and rained and rained. So that's why you're not getting the video until Sunday, because we needed to put the rest of the video together.
This is from Daniel down at the Weather Service. Like we pointed out, he says the rotation is broadened. They did get a call from somebody in Deatsville who measured a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust on their home weather station. So downtown Montgomery is getting slammed with this thing. And again, there's the radar presentation. And again, from Montgomery, it curves right up to Wetumpka and then right up Highway 231. We have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for this whole line.
Well, yesterday, and it wasn't something we could take you along for, we met with a barn builder. We sat down, put some plans together, just to try to get some ideas on paper, and we're super excited about that. So it's not going to be long before there's a decision made on that. Now, y'all have been along for the ride where we talked about the options. Again, I know it sounds bad sometimes because it sounds like we're going back and forth, but we're just sharing it as we're thinking it out, as we're talking about it. And hopefully it won't be long before there is a definitive answer. Hey, this is the route we're going. We're still weighing options. I was really pleased with seeing ideas on paper and actually getting to sit down with a builder. And we figured, hey, we can't do anything else today. We might as well do that. He was willing to. He couldn't go to his job site. So he said, let's sit down and see what we can come up with. We'll share that with you as soon as we can. But right now, it's just a concept. Right? So all of that's
just working through all the questions.
All that's coming together, guys. Getting some numbers on paper. Of course, you got to have banks involved. So getting all that together, we're just really excited about that. So I know it may be a little shorter than you're used to, but it was a rainy weekend. That's about all we can put together.
But it was a lot.
It was a lot, and it was a big day for the farm. So make sure you go over and thank Mrs. Coghill. And won't hurt. You can go to both channels. Go to Cog Hill too. But I know that Mrs. Cog Hill is the one that put out the video about it leaving. But y'all make sure to thank them for us, because that was a huge step forward with our farm. Even though that was not in our plans, guys, you always got to be evolving. And we just talk through things with y'all. Sometimes it actually helps me when I hear how I say it to y'all. It helps me kind of think through things. Guys, we appreciate you being with us, and we'll see you next time, Chestnut Hills Farmstead.
Bye, guys.